Thanks Footy, it's Friday.
I just want to see if he mucked that up. As usual, I'm doing my Doggy Dave and the Pie Man. My name's Tatty, and here we go. We're off and rolling, and you know what? We're wrapped this week because we got best bets up last week. We won $180, of which $90 goes to the Royal Children's Hospital. And this week, when we get to our best bets, we'll name the next charity for this week. Because I don't have to make it up on the spot, right?
We've got one.
We've got one, beauty. All right. First of all, then, we'll go over to Doggy for food of the week.
Alrighty, this week, last week I spoke about authentic pub grub. This week, we're going a little bit more fancy, gentlemen.
He likes it. I likes it.
A little place in North Fitzroy called Neighbourhood Wine, and what you can get for about $30-35 is steak in their own marinade, chapped potatoes, salad, all that kind of stuff. And on Sundays they do a $35 3-course roast meal. That's worth getting down for before. And during the week for about $75 if you wanted to have a little fancy.
It's a bit fancy.
A little bit fancy luncheon with the in-laws or with the missus or with the
with your mates, mate.
with your
It's got soft on it. The Doggy's got soft.
$75 per person, 5 courses, and that is bottomless house wine to go with your meal. Neighbourhood wine, it's called.
Neighbourhood wine.
Do yourself a flavour.
Do yourself a flavour, mate. Doggy, what do you got this week? What are you previewing, mate?
I'm going to have a look at the game of the week, Hawthorn v Doggies.
Oh yes, I agree. Big game, big game. Could go either way. What do you reckon?
I'm going to review it right now too. So, there's all this talk about Mitchell, Gibson. You stop him, you send someone to him. No, mate. You got to send someone to those Doggies halfback and stop them because they are running right at the moment. Now, the Doggies have kept 2 games. They've only got 2 games to go on it, and maybe the opposition haven't been that much.
And all last year, mate. All last year.
But so far this year, they've kept 2 teams to 5 goals each.
Yeah.
Hawthorn are a different prospect, so it's going to be very, very different altogether. But I tell you what, I reckon, sometimes you get a feel for how the game's going to pan out. The Doggies are going to come out of the blocks, absolutely firing,
Shoot out.
and hit the scoreboard hard early. Well, that's the hope anyway. If they don't hit the scoreboard hard, then Hawthorn are going to come back systematically in their own way, slow the game down, bring it into their terms, and I reckon it's just going to
Just one word for him.
It could go either way. I've got no idea how to pick this one, but I reckon it's going to be an absolute rip snorter.
Well, can you give us a pick?
Close. It's going to be close.
Are they playing? There you go. Okay.
Beer of the week.
Beer of the week.
A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer.
Yes, my man.
Prepared today.
Well, I will just remind you, punters, last week he came very unprepared with the flat pack. No beers, just the bloody IKEA flat pack.
Look, as you can see, there's only 3.
Oh, I've done it again. Are you kidding?
Because even though I bought you 3, I have to keep 3 just in case I get home tonight. There's another flat pack waiting. So I've gone with the Hawthorn Pale Ale, boys. It's another craft beer.
Beauty.
Australian owned, Australian made. It's available pretty much everywhere these days. It's getting around. Obviously,
Is it screw top, mate?
It is a screw.
I might get it away.
Feel free, but you might not be getting paid for this too much longer. Pale Ale, I'm a big fan. I had the 150 lashes earlier in the year. This is my new favourite Pale Ale. Beer Deluxe in Hawthorn.
Was that when she was trying to get pregnant?
Could have been.
Could have
Could have been. But who are you talking about? But anyone, try it. I love it. The boys will love it. We'll have a nice.
Beauty, mate. Good for that, Doggy. That's the pie man. Well done, Doggy. Flavour, mate. Rightio, boys. What are you previewing this week, Pie Man?
I was going to do the West Coast Freo game, actually.
Go for it, brother.
Obviously, Collingwood don't need to talk too much about the Pies because we're up and about after our win on the weekend.
Geez, he's changed his tune from last week.
And,
did he say he was disgusted?
I've got a big prediction this week that Fremantle are going to go zipping 3, and West Coast are going to win the. Is it the Derby or the Derby in Western Australia?
Derby.
I'm going to go with Derby. Zach Dawson's not going to be able to hold Big Kennedy. I think he can't hold a cup of soup at the moment, and he's a big chance to get a big bag of 8 or 10 kicked on him. And I think I'm a big fan of West Coast.
Mate, they can come and sit live. That was a ripper. Hey, instead of quote of the week, line of the week, the Pie Man.
But back to the game. Sorry to rudely interrupted over here. I'm a big fan of West Coast. I had a blip in the road last week against a good team in Hawthorn. They'll come out and Fremantle are going to be zipping 3 and find it extremely hard to make the finals from zipping 3. So someone's a bit thirsty. That's it from me, mate.
Zipping 3. Beauty, mate. Righto. I'm looking at Tigers v Adelaide. 2 words. No, I haven't. No, I haven't got 2 words this week. I tell you, it's polite. The Tigers a little bit of speed up. Few injuries. Adelaide, interesting game. It's an Etihad, isn't it?
It is an Etihad.
It's an Etihad. Tigers.
Adelaide go well there. Richmond maybe not so much.
Man, we have been secure the last couple of years there, but
That's a problem, mate.
Chalk it down, they'll win.
Jeez.
look, I reckon the Tigers will bounce back this week. They need to. I reckon the Tigers will about 4 or 5 goals this week.
Very good.
What do you reckon, boys?
Oh, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I like your confidence.
Right up. Let's talk about tips. Let's go through the tips.
I'll run through the games and we get to do 1-word answers.
Have we got a running tally for this?
Yeah, the guys are smarter than us will filter that through the screen. Technology, mate. Technology can. Doggy.
Doggy, that's not for me.
Port Adelaide Essendon, go for it. Doggy.
Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide Essendon. Port. Collingwood, St Kilda, Collingwood.
Yes.
Collingwood.
Beautiful. Richmond, Adelaide, Richmond.
Tigers.
One more time for the top.
Tigers, beautiful. Sydney, GWS, I'll go Sydney.
GWS.
Sydney.
Oh, we Gold Coast, Carlton, Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
3 from 3 there. West Coast, Fremantle. West Coast.
I'm on for one more time.
It's tough, isn't it, mate? It's tough.
Okay. For you.
We're going to go North Melbourne over Melbourne here.
Yeah,
we all like that. Western Bulldogs, Hawthorn. Well, I'm going to go the Hawks, Doggy.
Woof woof, go Doggies!
Yeah,
It's doggy time.
2 on the Doggies. 2 on the Doggies. Cats, Brisbane. Well, it's going to be Geelong, isn't it?
Yeah, Pussycats.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. Our favourite segment of the week, boys.
Yes. I knew we wanted to get in there quickly. Boys, it's time for you better. Last week, as we said at the top of the show, we won $180. So $90 to the Royal Children's Hospital.
Yes.
This week, our charity is
Beyond Blue.
Beyond Blue, boys. So we're going to try and make some money for you at Beyond Blue. Okay.
Unscripted.
Oh, you didn't even know.
No, that's good, mate. Good work. Okay. So, this week, our best bets. Righto, Doggy, what do you got for us, mate?
Alright, I'm going to have a little crack. Game 1, Port Adelaide Essendon. I'm going for total game score over 182.5.
That's different, mate. I like it. Who's that with, mate?
It's with Willie Hilly. And,
William Hill, Beauty.
And look, I reckon the goals kids.
What's that, mate?
I've got a similar sort of bet here with the total score, but I'm also going to chuck the Tigers to win their game and the total score to be over 187.
Ripper.
$3.80, boys.
And who's that with, mate?
TAB.
TAB, Ripper. Righto. Alright, go on. The Bulldogs. By over 11.5 points with Crown Bet, $3.25. What's that give us?
$23.45.
$23.45 for $50. That works out if I'm quick enough, mate, about $1,173, I reckon, buddy!
25 cents. Don't forget the 25 cents.
He's quick, isn't he?
That's not bad.
Oh, shit. Hey, boys! So that'll be good. That's $1,100. That'll be really good. Right, thanks, guys. Now, the last thing we're going to do...
Excuse me, mate. We had some great viewer feedback last week about that joke of the week. Do you reckon, is there any chance we might have another one from
I think he's ready. I think I'm ready. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Where do you get these guys from?
They come straight, mate. Well, when you're walking home late at night, mate. Cheers, boys. Well, thanks, Tassie. You know what? I have got a little bit of a joke today, you know. Look, I heard during the week, right, you know, KB and Dr. Turf. Yeah, no, that's right, yeah, Kevin Bartlett and Dr. Turf, they do a bit of a radio show on SEN together. Well, you know what? They're walking down the street, and they've had lunch, they've had a big lunch, they're walking down the street, and they spy a pay packet on the ground. And so the Dr. Turf, he likes a bit of cash, he's stepped down, he's picked up the pay packet, and he's had a look inside. He said, look, I found a bloody pay packet. Look at this, KB, this is beautiful. So he opens it up, and then all of a sudden he's a little bit disgruntled. He's not happy at all. And KB says, have a look. So KB has a look, he opens up the packet, he goes, Doctor, what are you worried about, mate? There's 500 kangaroo in there, mate. 500 big ones. And the doctor turns to him and he goes, that's right, KB, but you should see how much tax I'm paying.